If you're watching this video, you've probably heard of tools like Lovable, which allow you to create a full working website with a simple prompt. But here's the thing, these types of platforms not only cost money, but can also be quite limiting as you develop your app further. So in this video, I'm going to teach you how to vibe code a full working website with $0. And spoiler alert, you don't have to write a single line of code. Before we get started, here are the 3 tools you will need. 1. A GitHub account. This is free to create and it allows you to not only store your project, but also deploy a live landing page without buying a domain. 2. VS Code. This is where your project's code will live and it's also free to download. It may look a bit daunting and a little bit too technical, but don't worry, I will teach you exactly what you have to do so you don't actually have to write any code. And lastly, ChatGPT or Claude. The free version will do just fine. And we will use this to generate the code that we will actually run to build our app. Once you have your GitHub account, you're going to go to repositories. You can see here that I already have a bunch of repositories, but you're going to be able to create your own. And you're going to go here and click on the new button, which will make this page appear. And here all you have to do is add a new name for your repository. You can call it whatever it is that your project is going to be named. And add a small description just so that you're able to identify the project easily in the future. So I'm going to type, I will be testing different AI models, which is probably going to be my next video. And I will keep the visibility public. This will be important for you to launch a page. And gonna hit create repository. And it's gonna give you this page right here. Now you don't really have to touch it or do anything with it. You just have to go to your VS Code. And this is actually something that you will have to do beforehand, or I recommend you to do beforehand, which is to have a folder that's already ready for you to add your project. You can add this folder wherever you want, and you can call it whatever you want. You're going to click on open and you're going to find the folder that you previously defined. I'm calling mine testing AI models and I'm just going to click on open. And then you have to go here to the top where it says terminal, new terminal. And one thing I always do here is write the command pwd. And if you click enter, you will see exactly the folder in which you're on, and I can see here I'm in testing AI models, so I know that I'm in the right folder. Then you run git init, and by doing that you will essentially initialize your repository. I'm not really explaining in depth what all these things mean. I'm just giving you the blueprint, the step-by-step guide, so you know exactly what you have to run in order to get your website up and running. You then go back to your GitHub, you copy this link right here, and then you go back to your VS Code and you're gonna type git remote add origin and your link. And then I'm gonna run git remote -v just to double check here that we are indeed pushing to that repository. Next, I will go here to the left hand side and I'm gonna add 3 different pages. These are just the standard ones that I always add. You're probably not going to need them all at this moment. You're just going to be using index.html. I'm going to add the read.md as well. So 4 pages. But index.html is where your code is essentially going to be living in. If you actually code, you will type something along these lines. So doc type HTML, you add the language, and in between these 2 brackets, you can write whatever code you want and it will appear on your website. That's exactly what's going to appear on your page. Now, I'm not going to write it myself. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to ChatGPT and I'm going to say, write me a simple HTML file with a hello world message, which I can deploy into my GitHub page via VS Code. And ChatGPT does what ChatGPT does. It's going to create an index.html file right here. And I'm just going to go ahead and copy this code, go back to my VS Code and paste it right here. It's going to be very simple. Then what you have to do is go down here to your terminal section and write git add dot and then git commit -m, open these quotation marks, first git push. I'm just gonna call it this, you can call it anything. Enter, okay. And then I'm gonna say git push origin main. And with this, you will see that it'll take a few seconds. And I can now go back to my GitHub page. And I can simply go to, I'm gonna refresh, yes, and you can see here, first git push, it's right here. You can see all the pages that I pushed. The language is 100% in HTML, and if you click on index.html, you will see the code that I just added into VS Code right here. Now, what you want to do is enable your GitHub page so you can actually see your website. And to do that, you'll have to go to settings. You then go down here to pages. And in GitHub pages, here under branch, you're just going to go to make sure it says it's deploying from the main branch and hit save. And then you'll have here your GitHub page, which you can access right there. And yeah, it says hello world. Perfect, it's working. And now I want to show you what happens if I edit it. I go back to VS Code and I'm going to change the text right here. And then I'm going to do it again. Git add dot, git commit -m, new change in text, enter, and then git push origin main, enter. So I changed the text from hello Nas to hello Nas, welcome to your project, and here you go. It's reflecting, so whatever change I make there will show. Now let's take it a step further. What if you actually want to build something that's a little bit more complex? Here, I typically prefer using Claude over ChatGPT. That's my personal preference, and I will actually make a video comparing these two models in the future. But if you go to Claude, you can simply prompt what you want to build. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to say, I want you to create me an HTML file for a product in which I simply add a URL link in a typing box, and you tell me the contents of that URL. Now, I feel like this could be a cool tool. It requires a functionality. Claude is going to go away and think, and then eventually it'll produce this code snippet. I'm going to copy it and I'm going to take it to my VS Code, and I'm going to delete the code that was previously there, and I'm going to add this one instead. It's 336 lines, so it's much longer than what we previously had, but the concept is the same. You go down to the terminal, you click git add dot, then git commit -m, and add your comment, and then git push origin main. Oh, I made a mistake here. Git push origin main. And that's done. And now when we go ahead and we go check out our website, it's going to look different. So that's much different. I can see here that the box moves when I hover over, and AI did that. And I can type a URL. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the YouTube's URL, because why not? And I'm going to click this button, and it's going to analyze the results. Now, of course, as you can see here, it actually works. It shows me a placeholder text. It doesn't yet pull anything because I didn't connect it to an AI API, right? We're not actually scraping the website. This is just a placeholder to see what it could actually look like. And then we can edit from here. But the point is that simply by getting a GitHub account, which is free, installing VS Code, which is also free, and running a few commands and getting my code from an AI code generator that's free, like ChatGPT or Claude, you can build a whole website. You can vibe code your way into creating a beautiful app that works. If you want to make it more complex, it's going to take more time, but this is kind of the gist of it. If you want to make something that's a little more complex, perhaps connecting it to your own domain, or adding a sign-up functionality, or even adding functionalities that require more complex logic, you will need a few more things. I won't cover it in this video, but if you want support, feel free to reach out via either the comments below or via the contact form on the sellingwithnaz.com website. I'm always more than happy to chat. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.